Where are we going today, Matt?
Fish hunting. East.
East? What's east?
Are we going east? I-35 is, or 281's east, I-35's east. We're gonna go to the river.
To the river?
To the river.
Do some river rambling?
Yeah, I think we might throw some lines in the water and fish a little bit.
Okay, all right.
Gonna do some graveling too. We'll see.
And then we've got a new rider with us today. Peter, wave for the camera. This is Peter.
Like it or not.
We met Peter at the Pearl Farmers Market.
Young millennial.
And then Patrick let him borrow a bike. So now he's getting to ride with us. This will be one of his first times doing some gravel, so we're gonna see how he feels about it. And now we get to do the downhill portion that Matt has fallen on, so we're gonna be super careful for this gravel section and then the river crossing that comes with it. But I do love this section. It's so freaking sweet. I wish I could bomb it, but my tires are not wide enough to do that.
Right there.
Oh yeah, that's where Matt ate it, just right where we passed. Nobody ate it today thus far. Knock on wood. So now we get up to our river crossing. This is it right here.
A buck.
Man, that's a pretty little crossing right there. And now we get to climb some more. We're already at over 1,000 feet of climbing in about 20 miles, 21 miles. So not a bad climb day. And this is not even, we're not even quite done. We'll probably be at like 1,600, 1,700 by the end of this. That's about right, right?
Something like that.
We've done this ride before.
I have.
Yeah, you've done the full ride. I've only done most of it.
That's probably a dozen times.
Yeah.
It's a blast.
This is your bread and butter ride though.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
I go super early and then I fish and it's lovely.
Yeah, so we get to go down to the river next, and I'm gonna soak my feet while these guys try and catch anything.
We will.
You will?
It'll be perfect temperature.
But I guess it's covered in shadowy, so the fish won't be like hiding.
No, they're pretty good.
But we got to do a bunch of climbing to get there now. One of our buddies threw up after this section of climbing.
Yep, this exact hill.
So
I had to lay down near the fence and
yeah,
recover.
so shout out to Evan. Glad that he was able to experience good gravel. Uh-oh, I lost my gear right there. Well, this is about an 8% grade, so we're moving kind of slow. Okay, I don't want to see you I don't want y'all to see me struggle any more than you have to, because it's a little embarrassing. So we'll clue you. I'm getting dropped, that's true, but talking to the camera does not help. So check back in when we're at a more fun section. So now we're going into the Guadalupe River State Park. This is where we get to go down to the river. The nice part about this is that there's very, very few people who go in through this entrance. So there aren't very many people at this section of the river. So it's really, really pretty. And we'll likely be maybe the only people there. I'm really, really hoping. But from here on out, down to where we're stopping, it's all a gravel ride. So even though we've been on roads for a significant portion of this ride, now we get to actually grind some gravel, enjoy a bit of downhill. And since it's real light, I'm not trusting the tread on my tire anymore. Thank goodness for rim brakes. We're bombing through here like 25 miles an hour. This is the fun section. And then on the way back, I get to climb it. Oh yeah, definitely not trusting the tires right here. It's real slick. Look, we caught him.
I went off the trail.
Did you really?
Yeah, I turned around to look for you guys, caught a gust of wind, and it was before I had slowed down anyway. I just I was like off the trail. I was going so fast.
Dude, I was bombing like 25 plus.
It's fun. I was like, oh, that'd be great. I'll be like sprawled out on the floor bleeding by the time they get here.
Yeah, well, I had the camera on, so I would have gotten all of it.
Basically, there's no reel on this rod, so it's a fixed line attached to the end of a longer than normal rod, right?
Mm-hmm.
The casting action's a lot similar to fly fishing, and you can tie just, you know, all the same flies that you would with fly fishing, normal fly fishing, just a little bit different technique. A little bit more friendly for things like riding bikes, where you have to kind of pack everything down, because this collapses to something that's this big and I can strap it to the end of my handlebars. So for those of you that notice the red case on the end of my drop bars, that's what that is. So it's just a little more user-friendly for stuff like this. And I think it's just as effective, because you can come out here and catch the, you know, the normal size fish, the small Guadalupe bass, the smallmouth bass, and the nice little bluegill and perch that are congregating around all these rocks here. So we're just getting the rust shaken off from the short winter we've had.
Well, when was the last time you were out here fishing?
Last time I was out here was probably November. Yeah, probably November, before it got too cold, before the water got too cold. And I haven't dipped my feet in yet, but we'll see how cold it is, and may get a little deeper than this and do some wading and get to the spots that are a little more, I don't know, productive than this one, because nothing's happening here.
Yeah, yeah, Patrick already moved actually.
Yeah, I'm about to move upstream.
Yeah, Patrick is way down over there. Hopefully we can see him on the video, but he's out in the water because it is a lot more shallow where he's at.
Shallow, and then if you keep going past him, it gets a lot deeper, and there's some kind of holes around some rocks where fish like to live, and I've caught a lot of stuff further down past where he is right now.
Yeah, and you're the only one who really came prepared, because you brought your chacas out today.
Fishing was mentioned. I figured I would pack them, and then it turned out fishing was happening, so I did the right thing.
Yeah, I have mine in my car, but didn't have a fanny pack to put them in, unfortunately, so made it a lot more difficult.
A little chilly.
A little chilly?
I don't know how long I'm going to stay here, but it lets me cast a little better without the trees being an issue.
Yeah. Where are you looking to cast?
So, in the deeper water around these rocks right here is
okay.
Where there'll be a lot of fish.
So like way closer to the other side of the river?
Yeah, or you know, with the fly that I'm using as a streamer, so like getting stuck in some of the deeper stuff in the current kind of makes it have a natural fish-like motion, and I can twitch it around, and that kind of attracts the fish. So I can kind of do both, but I think it's too cold here in the middle, so they're kind of getting over there where it's shallower and where the sun warms the water.
That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so.
Yeah, there's plenty of fish.
Plenty of fish. Plenty of fish out there for all you single folks, as Matt has just told. Don't take his advice though. He met his girlfriend sophomore year of college. Yeah, his girlfriend slash wife slash mother of his child and soon to be second child met her sophomore year of college. So he doesn't really know anything about plenty of fish. Say hi, Peter.
Hey there. Here I am, the Chicago guy on his phone in the middle of the woods. What an impression I'm putting together.
His first steps into the cold water.
It's super cold. It gets better the deeper you go.
It was better.
I'm hung up, so I gotta go.
I am not coming over there. My initial plan was to go join Patrick and ask him his thoughts about fishing out here, but he is way more adventurous than I am, and the water is really, really cold, so there is no way. Yeah?
That initial shock made me. I'll make it back in. I just need a second.
Oh man, I'm about to give up. I'm about to come back out because it is very chilly. It's solidly cold. Even though it's like 70 right here, 70 the temperature, the water is not 70.
I really like catching these fish because they've got really pretty colors, like they're crazy. And I think a lot of people just classify them as sunfish, right? Because you can see when the sun hits them, they kind of just blow up and explode with color. But this is a little bluegill, technically, is what we call them. And there's a ton of kind of subspecies of bluegill, but they're really pretty. And you know, it's not big, but they're fun. It's nice to catch something, especially when it's as cold as this is. And we caught this guy on a size number 12 olive woolly bugger, which is like, it's got to be the most productive fly in Texas because it just catches. It's good for everything. It's good for bass. It's good for these guys. You occasionally can catch a trout, and then they stock them over on, you know, further down the Guadalupe. But there's something for you guys. Fish for the video.
There we go.
We did something today.
We're now a cycling / lifestyle / fishing channel.
Yeah,
so
didn't get skunked, so that's what matters, right?
there you go.
So we'll let this little guy go, put him back in the water and revive him a little bit.
Good luck, buddy.
Get some water going through his gills, and he's off.
There he goes. A successful day of fishing.
Now I can stop. So, as you can see, this is a 12-foot long pole, right? Not the best thing to strap to your bicycle.
Don't sell yourself short.
Fortunately, and this is why I like doing this, it can collapse. And some serious fly anglers out there might scoff at me and say that this isn't real fly fishing, but guys, sorry, Mom. Sorry, Mom.
We try so hard.
We try so hard, but you know, it's got to be said. It's been more successful today than the actual, you know, 4-weight 9-foot fly rod. So
there you go.
Suck it.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll fix it in post.
I learned something there.
And there you go.
Are you ready to return?
Yeah.
He's got to skip the big rock for me, and then I'm
I
ready.
already skipped one for you. I showed you.
No, not you. He's got. I gave him a big rock.
This bad boy. Okay.
That thing is big.
Right here.
Yeah, I need it.
You got to go long, not wide.
Isn't really a good.
Get the girth to the left.
Really good spot. He can look here.
He's gonna freaking fling it back our direction.
Get a little more level.
What time is it?
Tell you what, I'll even throw out another big one for you.
145.
Double big
Yeah,
one.
Oh, 2 big ones.
We'll have to-
Yeah, we're doing okay on time.
Yeah.
All right, he's got another tester. That one wasn't bad. Are you throwing back to my left?
throwing that
He's
way.
going.
Okay. All right, hold on. Let me get closer. All right,
Take your sweet time.
we are ready.
Big boy rocks.
Big boy rocks.
This one might not go so low. We'll see.
Man, you skipped it all the way across. It's 2 bouncer. That one too. Now for the ride out of here, that same downhill that we were bombing down earlier, now we gotta climb back up it. So, and now my legs are all tightened up because we sat around for like 30-45 minutes hanging out at the river. So this is about to be my nightmare. Let's see how it goes. Sometimes you just find yourself alone on a ride. when you're grinding some of the hardest parts. But you just gotta keep grinding and stay in the mental headspace of I'm playing catch up and I trust my legs. Hopefully we're almost done, but this has been all uphill. This last section has been over, well, it's apparently a 2.5 mile or so section. We're probably about 1.5 miles into it. So, seems to be starting to level off some. That's the hard stuff. Grinding back uphill after a nice downhill and then resting your legs for a little bit. Feels good to be done with that section, but there's a lot more hill climbing to do before we're back to our vehicles.